So, one last time on Christianity in the Americas. Um, the dynasty system began about 3150 BC, excuse me, in the Americas. We had Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt. Now, we didn't call it Egypt. It is said that the Greeks called us Egypt when we were Tamari. Okay. North America was Lower Egypt, and South America was Upper Egypt because it was in Upper Egypt where the legacy began, and that would have been South America. That, I believe, is why Columbus focused on South America and the Caribbean when he came, because that's where the culture began. It was a quote unquote Negro culture. I mean, Negro is not what we would have called ourselves, but part of Columbus's coming and targeting South America is because that's where the culture was, and his job was to change the phenotype of the Americas. Because when he came, actually, when the Spanish first came, even before Columbus, because I think there were a few other Spanish that came, missionaries, and they would start to document the Indians' life in America, but they would paint the Indians as if they were Spanish. So that was something I picked up on. Sagahoon was one friar, I think his name. Sagahoon, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He was learning all he could from South American Indians. It's like they come and they study you so that they can begin to tell their version of your story, you know. And part of their version is they were making sketches showing Indians as if they were pale skin. Indians were not pale skin. So from Dynasty 1 to Dynasty 18, this all took place in the Americas. From Dynasty number 18 to 25, that takes place in Africa after we get rid of the dynasty system. And again, we got rid of them because the 18th dynasty, they were introducing new gods, new deities. And what I believe is we weren't mad, we weren't upset with the 18th dynasty because they were introducing new deities. I think what did it was that they were denying the older deities. That was the kiss of death for the dynasty system in America. Basically, each dynasty had a priesthood, and the Amen priesthood, that was the 18th dynasty's priesthood, the Amen priesthood. They were the most powerful priesthood. That is why we know of them today. Again, it is only the 18th dynasty where it's like they became world renowned. That's exactly what they were trying to do. That is what the New World Order would be if that were to happen. I don't believe it's going to happen. I honestly don't believe it's going to happen because Basically, the one world order is or the new world order is a complete discarding of history. And that history began in the Americas. The New World Order is basically we're not going with firstborns. We're not going with firstborn anything. The New World Order is the firstborn is going to be discarded. Why is the firstborn going to be discarded? Because America is the firstborn in terms of civilization. This is facts. It's facts. I did a timeline in my video. I spoke about this. America is an older civilization than Africa, and again, I was shocked at the numbers that were I was finding for the age of or the different ages of the civilizations like Mali, Somalia, Ethiopia. Axum. I was shocked to find out how young they were. I thought they were much older. The oldest thing, the oldest recorded history is Egypt. And like we just said, for the first 18 dynasties, that all took place in South America and the Americas. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 18 versus 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we had 18 dynasties in the Americas and about 8 dynasties in Africa. That's what the math adds up to. So after the 18th dynasty is kicked out, they will go on to have 8 more dynasties in Africa. And the first 18 were in America.